is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you have not been here before, get down there, hit subscribe, leave a comment below, and shoot this video a big thumbs up. Finally this winter we've had some snow. This will be the first pretty much big snowstorm that we've gotten here in Ohio. Just in the couple hours that it's happening, you can see my hood is just completely covered, pretty much up to my 30-inch light bar. As you guys saw when I was getting into the Jeep, my windshield was covered and all that kind of stuff. So that means that today is going to be the first day that I get to test out the capability of my Jeep in the snow, and especially these tires. I've been getting a lot of questions about how well they perform in the winter, which I couldn't really, give you guys an idea of, how well they really worked, because we haven't had a winter yet. And we're already through December, we're halfway through January, and this is really the first snow that we've gotten. I mean, we've gotten like a dusting, but the dusting didn't really count because it melted within like an hour. So the BFG K02's come factory with the Rubicon from Jeep. So you guys know that they are a pretty nice all-terrain tire. There's a lot of tread on them. It's a neat looking pattern personally. They're going to be 33 on 17s. I think the Moab edition has them as well, but I think they're 32s. I don't know why they're a little bit smaller, but Rubicon, you're getting the 33s. So that is what we were testing out today. So let's go for a ride and give these K02s a test drive. You can see everybody's excited about the snow. This is pretty much the only hill around here in my neighborhood, and looks like every kid in the neighborhood is bringing their sled out. So you can tell just how excited everybody is that we finally have some snow here. So far we've only been maybe about 6 or 7 miles, and we're in the back of a neighborhood that's being built. Here you can see there's really nobody has driven here besides me. It's nice that I'm the only one that's driven on this road so far today. I can really get a feel for the tires in this deeper snow that have been undriven on, unpaved, unsalted. So far the tires are holding up very well. They're just eating this snow up, no problem at all. I think that has to do with the amount of tread that's on there. Honestly, you can see just how much surface area you're going to be getting that's touching the ground at one point. So they're pretty soft rubber on this tire. So the softer the rubber, generally the better traction you're going to have. It being the winter, I'm not sure it's going to factor in too much that the rubber's pretty soft. Mostly in the summer when things are nice and dry, the softer rubber really helps stick to the road or any kind of obstacles or rocks or anything like that. Here in the snow, I'm not sure it really helps all that much. I'm sure I'm getting a little bit more traction than I normally would, especially on like more of a road that's been driven over a lot and the road's mostly just wet. It does stick pretty well to the road still. I'm just driving in two-wheel drive, so I was getting a little bit of slippage here in the rear when coming from a complete stop, but other than that, these tires handle just fine. I'm not getting any slippage in the front end when I'm turning, and generally these tires are holding on to the road pretty well here in this snow. Once the snow gets more compacted down, it's going to be a lot more slippery. It's definitely going to create ice and moments where you're not going to be too sure on if you're going to have traction or not. But from the factory, these K02s work very well. I can see why they put it on the Rubicon. They're all-terrain, so you're gonna get traction in in mud or dirt or any kind of gravel, and then the snow, it's working very well. You can see it's really just kind of packing itself in there. That's what kind of snow we're getting here. I can't even like dig it out really. But it's really just compacting itself in between the tread here. But these tires are doing a good job of being able to use a lot of that tread for traction. So far I think the 33-inch Ko2's that come factory on the Rubicon are doing a very good job. So since we're talking about how much traction these tires are giving me, I see an open road, I see some snow, and I see a Jeep that needs to do some burnouts. All right, now that my camera is completely soaked, let's head on back, put my Jeep in four-wheel drive, see how well these tires handle when all four tires are underpowered. Not underpowered, but like, I mean, they're a little bit underpowered, but I mean like under some power. We'll test that out on the way back, and we can see how much grip these tires actually give you in the snow. All right, first things first, I can immediately feel the difference in traction going to 4x4. My Jeep just, as soon as I put it in first gear and let off the clutch, it just grabbed and wanted to roll. So this thing, no problem. I'm sure I could, if I wanted to, break all four tires loose, but being careful here in the snow, I'm really just wanted to try out these tires and see how much grip I had, and I could definitely feel switching to 4x4, you know, how much more traction I had, pretty obviously, through these tires. I mean, they just hooked and wanted to just go. So no problem on that front. Here we go through a turn. Didn't even slip at all. No sliding, no slipping. It just pulled me right through the corner, not even a problem. Reason number 456 why driving a manual is better in the winter. Instead of slamming on my brakes like most of these people do when they're coming up to a stop sign or anything like that, to make a turn or just at a stoplight or anything, they slam on their brakes, they just slide into the intersection, or they just slide to a stop, or they just slide into the car that's in front of them. I can just downshift and use the engine's revs to slow my Jeep down using the engine instead of the brakes, or generally a combination of the both. So I can just downshift to second gear, use a little bit of my brakes, but mostly just use the engine to brake, and that way it'll limit the amount of sliding that I actually have. It is really coming down out here. Those kids are looking like they're having so much fun. I'm sure the parents are enjoying standing out here in the cold, but it looks like the kids are at least having fun. So that'll be it for me today, guys. All in all, whoa, camera blew out. All in all, these tires handle very, very well in the snow. I can see why people upgrade to these with like 35s or 37s once they upgrade like their entire wheel and tire setup. They grip very well. They're great for everyday driving. They work very, very well. They're going to give you the amount of grip that you really need, and rain or shine, I can really trust these things to not slide all that much when I'm driving, but it's something I can definitely trust to have the traction that I need for my Jeep when driving around in the snow or in the rain or anything like that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me in this video. I just want to say thank you again for 3,800 subscribers. We're almost to 4K. We're probably going to hit that in the next month, which would be absolutely awesome. Don't forget, we're giving away a Jeep Blackout Grill, not for the JL, but for the JK Blackout Grill at 5,000 subscribers. So we're almost there. Keep that rolling. Please make sure to share this video, subscribe, give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment below, and we'll catch you in the next one.